everyone that attended tonight. Thank you for coming here. Thanks for putting some time in to listen to various ideas of how the city should be run. You know, how will we know what's wanted if we don't come and listen and try to get together? So we're a small group of people here tonight, but I applaud every single person for coming and listening. I think there are things that have to be worked out at the council level. I do agree that it's a big job, $75 million business, which I think when Audrey started on the council was a $50 million business. So it's increased tremendously. If I could say that my position in life had increased at the same rate as the council, I'd be happy to have that. I think that that has to be a balance. I think it's the job of the council to listen to the people, to say that the council studies it more and therefore shouldn't have to listen to the people is why Audrey's found herself in this recall position. That's a horrible way to look at it. I think you have to look at it as the council is the only link between the people and the operation of the city government. We don't want a government class of people. That's why we have democracy. That's why I'm running for office, because we have to change over the people in control to keep away from gravitation toward just feeding the beast from ever-increasing government. Now, there have to be rules, there has to be controls. City government has to be controlled by something. To say that the president of the council in a weak mayor system doesn't have much control, that's astounding to me. I think that policy is set, and balance in the policy has to be between the people and their wishes and the government and their needs. I can't blame department heads for wanting bigger budgets. I can't blame fire departments and police departments from trying to do more and asking for more. But there has to be balance. And who is the regulator of that balance? It's the city council people. That's the place that things are stopped or started. And that's the people in charge. And I think that we have let go of the reins, and I think that's why we're in this position of a recall election. I think the reins on the city have been released a little, and I think if you look at the numbers, that explains a lot. This $600,000 of new fees is ridiculous. It's actually just more taxes. We have to get a grip on what's going on at the city level. We can't ever increase, and that's why I'm running.
All right. Well, I would like to thank Dr. Fisher and Dr. Knudsen again for putting this on. I think it was a great event. I had a lot of fun, along with the College Republicans and College Democrats, along with the candidates too. Now, I bring to the table something that neither of my candidate or opponents can, and that's a fresh voice. Now, I've referred to myself as a fresh voice several times during this debate and in interviews lately. And as a fresh voice, I mean that I don't have political strings attached to me. I don't have special interests or other members of city government that I have to obey or listen to. I'm me. This is what you get right here. I represent the people of District 11. I would represent their best interest. Now, this is an important election. Now, we've seen the different paths that we can take. We can either continue down the path that has led us to a recall election, or we can take the path of change and listen to the people. Now, it's not just our words tonight that need to be taken into consideration, but also the record. There's no doubt in my mind that if Audrey Cotter is elected again, we will continue with these needless spending and regulation and the elimination, possibly, of the people's voice in the city government. Now, I believe it's time for change, and I believe it's time for Viterbo to have representation on city council. I believe it's time to stop the needless spending, and I think it's time to put the people's voice back into their city government. Now, I might not have the experience that my opponents have, but look where experience has gotten us. I believe it's time for change, and I can be that change. I will be that fresh voice that our city so desperately needs. So thank you for coming tonight.
I appreciate all of you here tonight too, that have taken the time to participate and to listen, for the leadership from the two doctors of education here and the students. that it is just really, really good. Also, the citizens, I know we have people who are not students as well as the students, and it is just, it is a valuable opportunity to be able to speak with you all. However, a lot of things have been said tonight that are subject to question. And one of the things is that the time is right for a recall. The government should be run in an orderly way. And in doing so, I was re-elected to my position without opposition last year. If I had done something that was wrong, malfeasance or something like that, then I think it would have been appropriate to attempt to recall me. But just because a group of people who, as best as I can discover, do not represent a lot of the membership of the residential portion or student portion of this district. I mean, again, you are one of only 2 people, I believe, that live in this district that circulated the petitions.
I don't believe that's right.
Well,
Well,
we'll let
but
you speak
in
out
any
there. We
case-
won't have an
I was
engagement
there.
here now.
Okay.
I was there.
All right, but in any case, this recall is something that really and truly, I believe, is not reflective of the citizenship of the District 11. And Viterbo is no doubt a very important part of the district, but it is not as large as UWL as a representative. UWL is almost totally student residents, whereas here, Viterbo is probably at best a third of the representation. And I do represent Viterbo, and I do represent the interests of the city in general, of all the residents. I have missed very, very few meetings of any kind at City Hall, committee meetings and council meetings in the course of my time there. And I don't see that many people who are out there saying that I deserve to be recalled. So I would just ask you, please, when you go to the polls on Tuesday, to think about the fact, do you want somebody who is leading with experience but is also open to listen and to make change? And believe me, change is happening down at City Hall. And so all I can do again is to say, I appreciate you having been here, and I do hope I can count on your votes for those of you who live in the district. Thank you.
All right.